welcome back. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Uninc Edu, our podcast for creators. Each episode focuses on a new skill that you can adopt while making your impact. We bring in mentors from all walks of life who will share their insights and guide you on your journey of unlearning. I'm your host, Ben Gibson. Join me on my mission to build a space for creators like you to find everything they need. My story starts in a small little town in West Texas by the name of Andrews, born from shame. I'm honored that you are here today. I'm honored, always honored to have you here. So thank you for taking the time to jump in here and check out Uninc. Before every episode begins, I'm going to invite you to take a big breath with me as we relax into the session. So you can go ahead and breathe in. And out. Okay, cool. Uninc Edu is all about skills. It's about exploring skills that we have never heard of and trying them. It's about stepping into courage as we learn to focus on the next skill we want to develop. Our first few episodes of Uninc Edu have been all about ChatGPT and co-creating with AI. And in today's episode, we have Anjuli Garcia, who with Studio Junk. Anjuli is a branding expert that we met. I believe she is from Houston. And we had her a mentor with us this past fall, and she was an excellent addition to our lineup of mentors. She has a really great lean with her brand that focuses on brands that want to make a change and want to make a difference in the world. I think that is what really gravitated Uninc to Anjuli, and it's been a good fit. So we're really excited to bring her here, bring her in a couple minutes. We're going to be, if you would like to go ahead and skip forward to 10 minutes ahead, you can go jump straight to the interview with Anjuli. But today's topic is around branding and using AI to help us create our brand. So I think she has a very unique perspective on how you can, a few easy steps you can follow as you develop your brand, but it's a whole other level to be able to use AI to help you with these steps. So that's what she's going to talk us through, and how we can use AI to help us brand our ventures and ourselves. And I guess a few notes about Uninc as we wait for her to jump in here. Well, we just wrapped up and finished all of our spring cohorts. I think we reached about 20 or 30 members this spring. It was awesome. We had Jonah Dillon. He had an art show. He put together his first art show at Almost Real Things in Austin. I actually got to go attend, and I helped him put some of his work up. That was a very, very special experience this spring. If you don't know Jonah Dillon, I think you can go check him out on Instagram at jdillachilla and check out more of his work. But he does paintings with his wheelchair, and it's always an honor to walk alongside creators who are launching the next venture with us. We also had a few others to shout out. We had Jasmine Cantu. She launched a journal with her own artwork in it. We had Avery DeFranco, a visual artist from Austin, Texas, who launched a website with us and made a few sales. We also had Christian. I'm gonna not get his last name right, but Christian, he had a really cool concept he was working on where he would approach spaces that needed art on the walls and wants to create a business that would maybe lease art for business owners who wanted to put their art on the walls. Let me see, we had another one I wanted to mention. For the most part, I think that gets, for the most part, I guess I can shout out more next week. But in all, right now Uninc we're really trying to get our marketing together. I'm excited about this summer because just like all of you who are working on your ventures, we also have to try the next thing, launch the next membership, see how it works, gather people's feedback, and then iterate on how we want to move forward. And every time we do that, it gets a little bit better. The program gets better, our marketing gets better. We find more people who are interested in Uninc. So it's been a journey the past years on relaunching and relaunching and relaunching, but it's definitely getting better each time we do it. So this summer, we have a really great team. And we also have the unfinished membership that we tried building for the past couple months for alums. So alums who have launched MVPs with us, who they will build and launch it with us, are able to come back monthly and meet with each other, share updates. We're having a third one next week. So that's like the next tier of membership we've been prototyping and exploring. So all around, good things happening, hopeful things happening. I'm personally, I guess, I'm still doing some traveling, and I don't know exactly how long I'm going to be over here traveling in Mexico, but I I think it's been a month already, about a month. So I'm thinking about maybe cutting my trip shorter. Not sure yet. Or maybe I'm just a little homesick. Not sure. While we're waiting for Anjuli to come in here, we have the if you're super interested in the AI skills and AI tools coming out, there's a few newsletters you can go jump on. Neon Pulse is the one I really like the most so far. But they have new updates every week on what's happening in the government around AI, what's happening, what new tools are out. If you're interested in staying up to date with the latest, I definitely go check that newsletter out. It's Neon Pulse. It's been one of my favorites, and there's a few Instagram channels too that they're always putting out new tools and showing you how to use them. So hope that's helpful. And I guess one more thing I'll mention is we have an alum who went through our Web3 cohort last fall. She launched a Web3 project with us. It was very cool to see her build the concept and put a cohesive narrative together around it with us, and then go out and start talking to people. She actually is putting an event together in Austin. I'm going to talk to her after this podcast, but we might bring her on as a guest, I think, for this podcast to talk about her experience with Web3. But there's Anjuli, and we're going to go ahead and let her in and get rolling. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a
Good.
sunny day here in Texas, so I'm trying to keep the mosquitoes off of me as I kept the door open for a minute.
Well, no, yeah, I feel that. Thank you so much for joining us today, Anjali. I guess we can go ahead and jump right into the interview if that's okay with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the first question is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what are you passionate about?
Yeah, definitely. So my name's Anjuli Garcia. I'm the founder of Studio Junk, which is a design studio for socially responsible brands. In the meantime, I just hang out with my dogs. I have a Frenchie, Elton John. I have another dog, a mini Aussie. Her name's Willow. We hang out with my husband. I'm more of a movie buff, so I just do all that kind of stuff. But circling back, the reason why I started my design studio is because I'm super passionate about social activism and responsibility, and just doing good in the world. And I wanted my work to align with that in terms of my values. So yeah, and also having fun in life. Who doesn't want to have fun in life, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah, that is definitely one of the major factors. I think I was just telling the listeners that is why I felt so drawn to you and your brand is because you had a social impact emphasis, and that's super aligned with the what we believe and what we do. So, yeah, thank you. And I guess it hasn't been too long since you mentored with us, but any updates on your front as far as anything?
Oh man, I've just been busy with a lot of projects here. I'm about to close out two pretty much. I cannot really say because I'm on NDA. But it's been pretty busy on my end, to be quite frank. Sometimes things go super fast, sometimes they go slow, but I'm here and I'm trucking through, so I'm here.
Yeah. How how do you get through the slow parts in life and business?
Um, what I try to do is do things that I'm like behind on. So if there's like any admin stuff I need to do, I try to get as much done as possible because sometimes you just don't know like when the work really starts coming in, it comes in like full throttle and you never know when you're gonna go back to admin work. If there's not any admin work that like I need to catch up on, I'm always trying to learn something. And then design world, as well as I also design and develop websites. I have to stay on the prowl of that kind of stuff. So there's always something new coming out. So I'm always learning. I'm always a student at all times.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, yeah, no, that's good. That's great to hear. I think it's definitely a struggle when you're starting, when a business might be slow or you have downtime. Is how do you spend your time, or how do you when you're not busy? But you're definitely right. When the business starts coming in, sometimes you're just flooded, and these are great times, I think. But the slower parts for me are more challenging. Um, I guess we could jump into this AI topic for today. I know
Ooh.
everybody's talking about it, but
Mhm.
I guess high level, what are your thoughts about all this crazy AI development in the world?
Oh my gosh. It definitely has been a ride to begin with. Man, everyone all of a sudden just started saying, "Hey, I have AI generated things. Try it out here for free. See how you like it. Send your feedback." And I mean, from all different brands, all the way from ranging from like, you have Google, um, Canva. If you're familiar with Canva, they have a lot of AI generated stuff. ChatGPT is one of them. Like, there are so many out there. Now there's even talk about how AI is being used in many different things and how it's on a blurred lines of what is copyrighted and who owns it. And I think as a creative and a graphic designer too, that's a little nerve wracking because if you are creating something and then AI tries to represent it in some way and then claims it as itself, or someone else tries to claim it, there's like a lot of issues right there. I know in the music industry that is a big topic right now. Um, but I would definitely say like I think people need to keep in mind like AI is a machine. So like if we want to put it in like pop culture terms, like some like the Matrix, or let's go way back like Terminator, it's a machine. Yeah. you know and you still needed humans to intervene. Not to say they're going to take over. Let's knock on wood on that, but uh you still needed people to intervene. You still needed Arnold at the end of the day. Um, so I would definitely say like nothing can replace human experience. Nothing can replace the human touch when it comes to making things and creating things. AI is awesome, in terms of like helping out and assisting and refining and brainstorming, but it is not you. It is not you as a human. So I think a lot of people have to keep that in mind. Also, it's not perfect. A lot of these companies are still refining it a lot. And it makes me wonder, like, how far are they refining it to? Like, what is perfect, I guess, quote unquote, in their mind for that. So that's a little bit of my tidbits on AI as I
Yeah.
slowly get more into the conversation.
Yeah, it is. I love that you bring a topic up in that through that lens because it has. I think with one of our first mentors who came on the podcast uh, had also brought up that it's like distinguishing what makes us human is this topic that's naturally coming out, and it's kind of it's exciting to have a new conversation to explore what makes us human. And I'd love to elaborate a little bit more on what you had mentioned in our pre-interview, or just kind of deciding on what we were talking about. You mentioned that things are beautiful because of our humanity. Can you
Hmm.
share a little bit more about what that means to you?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like going back into like the very beginning of us doing art and creating things, and it was all from up here. There was no AI needed. It came from heart or soul, um, our experiences with one another, what we needed as humans. And to me, that's just beautiful because it's just our ingenuity. Like it is just amazing how far we can go and build something that just comes from us. Like there's no assistance there, and it's different every time. It's diverse across the board, depending on who's making it, what they're putting out there. And I just talk about art in a simplicity sense, but it broadens all across the board, and that's the great thing about being us, being human. um and I think AI in some ways kind of takes away from that because it starts becoming so robotic, like it starts generating the same content um, for someone. So, and it's like, well, where's the diversity in that? Where's the differences at? That's what makes us unique, individual. Yeah, like if I have to put a
Yeah,
Beyonce quote on it, it's like we all need to be alien superstars. AI doesn't, I feel like sometimes doesn't do that. But um I digress. I digress. It does can be helpful at times. So I hope that sheds some light on that statement.
hey, no, no, that's great. No, it's good to have all kinds of perspectives and around this topic and conversation. We work with a lot of artists, so I think it is something that they are thinking through and wondering how do they embrace technology, AI technology in their work. So it is good to, I think, to mention the things that you're talking through with us. But how about you in your own work? How have you been embracing AI lately?
It's been very interesting because I like to I'll first start off with like brainstorming a lot of stuff just on my own. And then what I'll do is plug and chug and mainly ChatGPT. That's where I've been mainly sourcing out my AI stuff. And I just ask it, how does this sound? Or, I almost talk to it very conversationally. And that's it. Like it's a kind of like a robot friend, like it's sitting here kind of watching. Um, and that's the way I treat it. I'd be like, how does it sound? Does it sound too boring? Does it sound good? And I always give it a descriptor in terms of like what it's for. Kind of give it scenario, what it's for. I do a lot of brand strategy and branding. I'm tied with the graphic design and web design part. So I'm always trying to look at different ways on how to create brand foundations and messaging and experiences. But I still find myself going in there and fluffing it up. Like I'll ask it to fluff it up, but it's almost like kind of generic in some sense, like just generic statements. So I always go in there and fluff it up. But the great thing I've been finding is if I ask it, like, let's push it a little further or let's make it this way, it does a pretty good job of it. Maybe not 100%, but it's pretty darn close. So I feel like it's been helping me out with my process maybe a little bit quicker now. Um, just because, like, I think everyone's go to, even before social media, was Google, like, can you help me find this? Or what's the best way to say that? And you have to dig through all this information. And now with AI, it could just like, well, here's a good idea, an example here. You could probably visit this website and go here. Like it's just quick and on it. So that I can appreciate. It does like speed up my process altogether. So yeah, I've been enjoying that part.
Yeah, I love the part about treating it like a friend here or a little assistant. Yeah, I will even tell it thank you or like treat it kindly.
Yeah, like no joke. It kind of does like have a little bit of a personality sense, just like how what is it, Siri on Apple? It has a little bit of that feel. Like if you were to be a little sassy, it can snap back a little. So yeah.
Very bizarre time that we are in for sure. Okay, well, thank you for sharing with us a little bit about that. And how about on the skill that we're building today? With this high level title, we've come up with this AI assisted branding. Uh,
Yeah, so we are going to basically what I've been talking about a little bit earlier is DIYing your brand using Chat GPT. Now, you'll still be integrated into the entire process of making your brand, mainly focusing on brand strategy, but we're going to be using Chat GPT to help refine it and get all the foundational stuff that you need for your brand. So, yeah.
That is so awesome. I can't tell you. It's been a challenge for me the past years. I'm not a strong copywriter, so if anyone is out there who is struggling to write content for their brand, I think this is going to be a super valuable
Mhm.
skill for you. Um, can you just give us a high level of what the steps are that we're going to go
Oh
through with you?
man. Okay. So I basically take you all on a journey. First of all, defining what branding is, because most people always think it's just a logo. It's a lot more than that. Two, I focus on three areas. So, brand foundation, brand messaging, and brand experience to encompass it all. And then I give you the next one, a couple steps afterwards to focus on, like things to keep in mind to really total up on DIYing your brand to the fullest. And then a little bye, thank you if you want to reach out to me and if you need more help with my services. And yeah, that's pretty much a totality of everything in that little course.
No, yeah, y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here, y'all. We're going to be creating micro skill with Anjali once we end this little conversational piece. But they are pay what you can. So you can go in there and you should be able to take it within 30 minutes and get the lowdown on how to DIY your own brand with Anjali Garcia. Anjali, is there anything the listeners can do for you?
You can follow me on Instagram at my studio IG profile, which is studiojunk.co. You can email me at studiojunkco@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, which is studiojunk.co. It's pretty much all the same across the board, except for the Gmail email. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Feel free to reach out to me. Don't be scared. I'm just like the robotic friend I was talking about, very conversationalist. If you can't get that right now.
Except much more talented and empathetic and awesome to be around. So,
Oh, you are too
yeah.
kind.
All right, well, thank you so much, Anjali. Thank you, everybody, for listening in today for our fourth episode of Uninc Edu. And you please go check out the micro skill with Anjali on our website on inc.io. We would love to have you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.